Chido. Chido. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking at Braemar Arena, the home of the Edina Hornets, where tonight it's the home of the Edina Holiday Classic. That's the tradition Edina Holiday Classic. After a very solid opening evening of action on Thursday night that saw the Eden Prairie Eagles, the #1 team in Class 1AA, unanimous there, defeat the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks by a score of 6-1. The 6 goals scored as time ran out. Pretty solid hockey game. They beat the Elk River Elks, rather. 6-1. Very solid contest there. Then Edina came up with a strong 4-0 win over the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks as Edina climbed up to 500 for the first time since they were 0-0 to start the year. And I think the natives have calmed down a little bit in the land of cake, Bart Archer.
Well, not too much, but yeah, in fact, things have quelled just a little bit. But it was a really good showing by the Hornets last night. They played 3 zones, 200 feet, gave good effort, and scored more goals than their opponents. So it was a win-win for a lot of Edina fans. A lot of them are still not satisfied because they didn't win 12-3 or 12-0, but they'll get through it. But this Eden Prairie team comes in playing some pretty good hockey, Pete. I think while you were dealing with some production issues, the second period, I'm sorry you missed it, that was Eden Prairie's probably best period that I've witnessed this year. They played sound, cut the rink in half, and really put pressure on the Elk River team last night, and they're going to translate that into tonight, I'm sure. But Steves with a hat trick last night. Tyler Johnson with his first 2 goals of the season, and Riku Brown chipped in as well. So they're getting scoring from a lot of different areas on the Eden Prairie team.
Well, we're focusing on Eden Prairie. Scoring has not been an issue, and for Ben Steves, that's now 7 goals on the campaign, and he's a little bit over a goal a game pace. And, you know, I view him as a potential 30-goal scorer here at the Minnesota State High School League, and he is the type of player you come out to watch. You got to see him live. You can appreciate him on the screen, but, I mean, to see what he can do. And what is he, about 5'8"? He looks like a college hockey player to me right now. Just his approach and his demeanor, the way he possesses the puck, his zone entry, all of it's really good, Bart.
No, I don't disagree. He plays a very mature game. But, again, some of the credit has to go to his line mates. I mean, he's primarily paired with Riku Brown, but primarily with John Middlestad. And Middlestad is such a deft hockey player with such great abilities that he frees up some space for Steve. So if they focus too much on Middlestad, then they have Steves. If they focus too much on Steves, Middlestad, and Riku Brown works into the mix as well. So a very difficult line to defend against. And then Eden Prairie comes back with that second line that's pretty formidable as well.
Well, it's been really fun to watch John Middlestad go from sophomore year to junior to senior, where, you know, I think, Bart, he is as good of a playmaker as you're going to find in the state of hockey for high school hockey. And he plays with tempo and pace. He has the ability to finish. He's just a really rounded hockey player. And you mentioned Riku Brown. You like the way he approaches the game. And I think he's showing not only size and the ability to be a power forward, but he has some skill to go along with it too, which I think is a definite benefit to him. And then the one thing we didn't touch on, don't worry, Grand Rapids fans, we're going to get to your Thunderhawks in a minute or two here.
Yep.
But when you talk about the defensive side of things with them and their blue line, you know, they take a guy like Kai Stansberry, who's a converted forward. He'd always been kind of an up-and-down guy, you know, through JV to up and, you know, maybe 3rd, 4th liner. And, you know, he's just propelled himself into a top 4 D-man position. Looks like he's played it his entire life and settles in with Luke Middlestad really well.
Well, no question about it. And I think having Luke Middlestad certainly doesn't hurt in the assimilation process. But the thing about it is Coach Smith is putting him out in positions of importance. I mean, his ice time isn't limited. You know, if it's 5 minutes to go in the 3rd period, they don't just put the good, the grizzled guys, but he's a trusted player is what I guess I'm trying to say, and he'll be put out in every situation. Coach has confidence that he's going to make it happen. To regress to the John Middlestad, you know, a lot of times when you say the word playmaker, the first thing that comes to some people's mind is that they need to be playmakers because they can't finish or they can't create. Well, John Middlestad can create space, and he's very quick and very elusive, so he can not only set up plays, but he can finish as well. It's just when you get a guy like Steves, it's hard not to get him the puck in open space and let him do his thing. But this Eden Prairie team has checks in the right boxes. Pete, I alluded to it a little bit yesterday as far as this really mimics the state tournament team of Edina last year as far as being solid in goaltending. They proved that they have 2 good goaltenders as Eli Andrews only gave up 1 last night. He's only gave up 1 goal in 2 games. And then obviously you have Axel Rosenlund that's really the anchor back there. And then you at a very deep defensive squad and 2 lines and a 3rd line that doesn't lose any momentum for his team. So this is a team that really has checks in the right boxes.
The defensive core. And then we turn our attention now to the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, who now enter this one at 3-3. Wade Chido, of course, we talked a lot about him as their coach, and you start from them, you go from the back out, and Carter Claft, and I think when you get to the long term with this team, it's easy to judge where we're at, how we do here at the Holiday Classic and so forth and so on, but the truth is you got a couple months away till it really, really matters, which is the section playoffs, and Clafton is the type of goaltender who can not only steal games but win games, and he's got a defenseman that plays with him, and Jack Peart headed off to St. Cloud State. That guy is one heck of a hockey player, and he's got great, great skills, defends well, moves the puck part, and then they've got the great offensive thrust up front with Braden Holcomb. I liked his game a lot. He's among the leaders on this team, but they've got good balance and scoring all over this lineup.
Well, they do. I just think they got a little bit guilty yesterday of maybe the environment. I'm not quite sure, but they worked awful hard. They skated very well. I think they lost their positioning a little bit, which made their task a little bit tougher, but they started chasing the puck around as opposed to just minding their own responsibilities. I think it took them out of their game a little bit, but this is,
But some of that was Edina, too,
absolutely.
though. I mean, I think they played hungry because they needed to be, and they had been off for quite some time, and this was their first game back, and they take a lot of pride in this Holiday Classic. There's a reason why they lead all 4 teams in wins in this illustrious event since 2005 that we've at least been keeping notable records of, as they picked up their 36th win against 7 losses.
Yeah, in fact, I was going to make my way to that because you have to give the Edina Hornets credit. They really took Grand Rapids out of their game relatively early, and to keep a Grand Rapids team that has some offensive players off the score sheet, I think that bodes very, very well. But I think that Grand Rapids, I think it's going to be kind of a bit of a work in progress. A lot of new faces on this team, but they do have some returning experience on this team as well, so they'll get better as the year goes on, but they're going to have their peaks and their valleys. They just have to be able to power through it and get back to playing Thunderhawk hockey, and if they can do that, they're going to have some success, or at least some chances for success.
It's pretty crazy how they say 6 o'clock start time here, and the clock says 8 minutes or 7:48, whatever, and counting. And it's now 6:08 to start time. So why don't they say it's 6:15?
Well,
can we just do that?
Right. Well,
hey, can we say it's 10 to 9? I mean, let's same thing with the state tournament. Drives me crazy.
No, me too.
I mean, it's disrespectful.
I don't disagree with that. But
now these people have to listen to you and I babble about nothing.
Well, thank you.
They're telling us to shut the hell up.
You got to work on your New Rockby prep talk.
I'm just saying, man. It's just like
no, but it's just they schedule the ice till 5:45, and then they have to do the ice, and then they come out and do the warm up. So, it's going to be about the 6:20 mark. So we're about 12 minutes away from the drop of the puck. But again, it just builds the anticipation. And
I can tell you're just chomping.
I am. I can't wait to get started thinking about it all day. And that's after
really?
A full day of work, and I still have some energy moving forward.
Me too. Same.
Absolutely.
Full day of work, lots of energy, ready to go. While we're at it, Bart Archer, tomorrow is going to be a huge day here with tons of games streaming at the mnhockey.tv. We're going to open up over at the Trier Rink in downtown St. Paul, where it's going to feature 4 matchups with all Catholic schools in the American Family Insurance Catholic Boys Hockey Showcase, where it will feature some of the great matchups in Minnesota. It's going to close out with St. Thomas Academy and Hill Murray. We always love that matchup. But prior to that, you have Benilde St. Margaret's and Cretin-Durham Hall. The Red Knights coming off a 1-1 tie the other night, and they're, let's be honest, they're still trying to find their goal-scoring touch. Some teams are. They've got Blake Messenberg is out. He's noticeably absent from the line charts that we saw that are coming out for tomorrow. So he's going to, they need him to put the puck in the net. But that's going to be a great, should we say, first main event? I have 2 sometimes. Then the Academy of Holy Angels. I like this matchup. Takes on Holy Family Catholic. That's about 2:30. And in that one, that's going to be the first time those 2 teams have ever faced off. And, it's Holy Family's been around for a while.
Yeah, that seems a little unusual, but that's one that I'm going to be able to be able to call. I just don't want people to get too sick of my voice, but looking forward to that one. And I've talked to Coach Griswold about it. He's got the boys ready. They came off a nice win last night. Holy Angels is playing some good hockey. Holy Family dropped one recently, but eager to get back on the winning tracks. But it's going to be a good contest in the afternoon.
Nobody will get sick of your voice, buddy.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
You're being way too nice.
That's true. So then of course it opens up. I'm looking forward to seeing St. Cloud Cathedral, top team in the land in Class 1A in the MNHockey.tv rankings, and we gave them that lofty praise. They got to back it up, so we'll see if they can do that. They'll be going at it to open up against Totino Grace, another solid hockey club that made the jump from Class A to Class 2A. So that's a full menu of action that's going to be going on, and we have a tab for that under the I think, what did he call it? Holiday tournaments, maybe. That's what Matty Ice, our webmaster, put that under. And then we also have a singular game in 2:30 in the afternoon. Edina Girls and North Wright County will be on that one. Our own Patrick Lilia on the call. Then he's going to take his headsets and bust it over to Minnetonka, where the Skippers will be taking on Chaska, coming off their, what was it, 8-5 win, just like the Wild, over St. Michael Albertville, a much-needed win that saw some goal scoring for them, which was definitely good. And hey, if you're just joining us, no, it's not the first period intermission. We've got to start this thing. We're about 4 minutes away from it, as Bart and I have been working a little glorified or unglorified pregame show for you. The Thunderhawks and the Eagles will square off, and don't turn your back on these Thunderhawks. The Eagles do have the ability to score from anywhere on the ice, and they're going to be a problem that way offensively. They play with pace and tempo, but there's some toughness on this Grand Rapids team that also isn't afraid to pick up their boots and get moving as well. So I think in the end, it's a great matchup. No,
in fact, Grand Rapids always had a propensity to be able to skate up and down the ice quite well. I just think their challenge in front of them today is just how they mind their zone, and that means defending with enthusiasm, proper positioning, and getting out efficiently. If they can get out of their zone, they're going to have a chance for success, but navigating the neutral zone against Eden Prairie is going to be very difficult, but that's the challenge in front of them tonight.
The Tradition Edina Holiday Classic, presented by Tradition Companies. Let's check in with that proud organization, and then we'll bring the teams out and start the first of 2 games here tonight. And we welcome you back to Braemar Arena, home of the Edina Hornets, 2 minutes away from the start of the Edina Holiday Classic. 4 great teams that play over 3 nights against each other, a total of 6 games, and we stream them all live and online here at the MNHockey.tv. I'd like to also mention to you, if you go to our player page, there's a JH Recovery Fund, a GoFundMe section, which is very important to all of us. Boyd Hubert from Care 11 is here to cover the story. I talked to CBS as well. We together all are trying to work as a hockey family to help Jeff and his family. He was brutally, savagely beaten to the level where you just read the thing. It's not pretty. And in the end, we are creating a fund because insurance only covers so much. And he was a hard-working guy here at Braemar Arena. I run a lot of the youth hockey tournaments, and Kurt and Mary Pat Giles wanted to put something together, so we have a GoFundMe page here. We've also got our original 6 T-shirts that we're going to be selling that feature the 6 teams that we cover the most in high school hockey on the Southwest Metro, at least. And then, additionally, we are going to be having some other donations and things like that that are available here at the rink. So we want to really see the hockey family. If it's $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever it is, we'd absolutely love to have your involvement with that. So we've got all the media jackals are here in the house right now. I see that Jerry Burrow from the Northland area in Duluth is with us. We've got, looks like Peter Olney is here. Looks like, okay, go ahead. Go ahead and flip them. We're going to try and do something with the audio according to Matt. He's going to fix it. He thinks he fixed it. Did you fix it? You didn't.
He thinks he did.
Did you fix it?
It's all about perception.
get it done? Okay, now did you get it done? All right, I guess we're doing an on-air production test. Check.
Test.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Test check. 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna go here. Check test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hello, check. Yeah, it's because of that. Told you. It's funny, these young kids think they've got it all figured out. And we're gonna live this right here and right here. We're good. Okay, so Axel Rosenlund will get your starting goal for the Eden Prairie Eagles. Mason Langenbrunner will be one of the defensive. Boy, is he slick, Bart Archer.
Yeah, very calm with the puck, and he's got some pretty soft hands. Well, Tyler Johnson earns the nod in the starting lineup. 2 goals last night, playing on the speedy line with Batchelder and Holt.
Grand Rapids Thunderhawks in Braemar Arena. Carter Clafton, the big captain goaltender. He is a good one. We'll get the nod. He has a big challenge tonight.
Yes, indeed. He'll be busy.
Easton Young will be one of the defensemen. And we talked about Jack. Don't call me Neil Peart. He's something special.
Keep an eye on him. 23 in the dark.
Alex Leifson will be starting at number 10.
And Geddy Lee.
And here comes Geddy Lee. We're talking, of course, about Del Greco and Miller. Hopefully people have a sense of humor for the love. Now it's going to be Bischoff who's going to join them up front as well. We'll pause now for your national anthem. We're going to get things started here in a matter of moments from Braemar Arena. All right, Bart Archer, we're about ready to get things underway here between these two clubs.
Well, indeed, Pete, and I think if we're going to pull out one area of focus for Grand Rapids, it's the first 5 minutes. I think if they can get through the first 5 minutes and get everybody involved, get their legs about them, get them engaged, I think that'll bode very, very well. But Eden Prairie's going to come out hot. They're going to come out focused. So I think if this Thunderhawk team can survive the first 5 minutes, I think that bodes pretty well. But they have a challenge, obviously, in front of them tonight to play 3 solid 17-minute periods.
What a nice preview executed by our very own Pat Milan.
Absolutely.
For Scott Kleinendorst, the former Thunderhawk who went on to play for the New York Rangers and Hartford Whalers.
Boy, your heart just gets so heavy after news
among
like
all the
that.
clubs. Yep, absolutely. And the moment of silence was legit here at Braemar Arena. We're underway. The second night of the Edina Holiday Classic with Mason Langenbrunner across center. He's going to rip that in. Might have clipped the official right of the derriere on the way down.
Sending him a message.
Got enough of it. Absolutely. I know you're there. Now for the Thunderhawks, Bischoff looks to center. He's going to be bumped on the play by Batchelder. And to regroup at his own zone is Morquay, set up by Clafton. Holt bothers him. Going to cycle this off the end boards. Quickly on it with Zulke as he plays this to the left wing for Miller. Through center ice it goes, bumps off the boards, and now to follow this one in the EP zone is Langfels as he goes down on the heavy forecheck. Puck to the neutral zone as it works its way back in. Clafton's going to keep it alive. There was no ice on the play. Moves it over to Peart on the near side. They announced him as a starter, but he ended up coming out now second shift of the game. Peart chips that one ahead. Nice pass on an angle. Across the line they go. Eden Prairie yielded a goal within the first seconds of the first period against the Elk River Elks. That was the only one they would get all night long on Andrews.
17 seconds in, misplay by Eden Prairie. They didn't misplay too many pucks yesterday.
They woke the sleeping giant. Peart at center ice. Lays on that one and plays that one in deep. It's going to be Luke Middlestat with a forecheck of Miskovich on it. Miskovich is checked. There's a nice walk from the right circle. There's a chance in front. There's Rosenlund with the save. And now it's going to be picked up by Langenbrunner as they play this one across the line. That one misses the mark. Now Brown plays it. And here comes Peart. Peart turned back away as he's going to play this to his partner. Gets it back. Peart right back up the middle. Nice crowd starting to kind of filter in here. It was kind of sparse in game one last night. Game two much better for the Edina Rapids tilt, but you know, it's Friday now. Everybody can come down and get off work and get here a little bit sooner and maybe start their Christmas weekend a little bit sooner.
And the roads aren't too bad either.
Well, we've been really fortunate. I hear it's going to be 4 straight days during the tradition in the park. Busby behind. There's a shallow angle attempt that missed the mark. Watch out for Reagan Shepard. He plays with ferocity. Played back over in front of the Eden Prairie bench. They're going to angle this one in deep. That was Busby. Turned away by Zulke. Over to the right side it goes. Shepard was there. Now it's a nice battle by Wilson. As it's Wilson in front of the bench area. Left wing off the skate of Holcomb. Nice job to try to gather. But the Eagles break that up. Zulke off the boards. Picked up by Batchelder across the line. Here comes Batchelder to play this one back in behind. On the play, it's going to be Zulke to ring this around to the right wing side. Sent over for Langenbrunner as he fishes that one off and plays this one over to the left side. Long pass. Eagles, great possession game so far. Oh, Holt was railed by Miller. Down goes Batchelder, but Holt stays in the game, no problem. Mixes it up to the slot area, tough player there. Langenbrunner back in behind the net, avoids the check of Zulke, stays on it. Now it's going to be bumped off the boards by Wilson back in behind, and it's that was Luloff, rather. Wilson came away with it, played that back into the neutral zone. Langenbrunner looks for Holt off his stick, and now it's going to be picked up by Wilson. He runs into a check from Batchelder. It's going to be Cam Langfels to take over as he looks back up ice on the move. To the right wing, it's Holt jammed on the play, and now it's going to be handled by Peart. Peart will outlet to the right wing side in front of the bench area, chopped at and played back in. John Middlestat swats that away. Good busy stick there. Through center it goes with 13:02 to go in the period. Steves now. First time we've called his name tonight. Now it's going to be, well, hear his name a lot. There's a shallow angle shot by Luke Middlestat. Now it's Brown for Luke Middlestad up high to the line. Stansberry plays over for John Middlestad, fakes the shot. Knocked away from him. Peart gathers it in, puts on the brakes. Nice feed as he goes to the left side for Murphy. Murphy tries to go inside out on Stansberry. To the corner it goes. Stansberry watches him. Luke Middlestad forces the turnover. Here come the Eagles. Ooh, touch pass to the middle. That's good old school stuff right there. There's a shot up over the glass. Whenever I see that here, those quick passes like that remind me, I say it, of Ranheim to Mork to Sarp.
There you go. We're bringing that up, but we're 12:22 left in the scoreless first period. I love the way Grand Rapids played this first 5-6 minutes, pushing the puck forward, skating to open areas, getting the puck into the open zone, making Eden Prairie track them down. If they can continue this, pretty good zone exit so far, but good things too showing for Thunderhawks. But Eden Prairie seems like they're kind of getting a little mojo right now.
You know, Eden Prairie doesn't go on a lot of solo runs. They move that puck and they let the puck do the work for them, as well as any team as I've seen in the recent years, Bart, and we saw some good examples of that during that last run of play without a whistle.
And the Thunderhawks are bringing the physical game.
Morkway is there, and are the Eagles. Double blow there, but they've got a 4-on-2 if they hurry. Here come the Thunderhawks, cross the line, steered aside by Rosenlund, back in behind. Busby was there. Angling in is Brodzinski on the forecheck. Pergandy comes away with it, turns away from one man, stays on it, gets a little bit of help now off the end boards. Eagles to the right wing, Quack up through center. Here comes Luloff, gets away from the check. Nice angle by Morkway, but Luloff stayed firm on that puck. It's going to be handled now by Brodzinski to the right wing side. They look up back to the neutral zone, where Langenbrenner comes back away with it as he guides it over to the right wing side. Batchelder loads up, shot stick save. That one up off the netting and out of play by the goaltender, Carter Clafton.
Well, I'd like to put a little focus on the Thunderhawks. The third man is staying high, so they're limiting odd man rushes coming the other way. Yesterday, I think they got a little deeper than they wanted with that third forward, and Edina would come back with speed and numbers, but they're doing a very responsible job in their forecheck. They're playing the neutral zone quite well, so good things going on for the Thunderhawks. But Eden Prairie, as I said, they're starting to get their groove and starting to get possession.
Thunderhawks control. Now it's going to be Young. Left wing pass is deflected, no ice on the play. It's going to be Batchelder back behind the net. Here's Carter Batchelder with it. Now to the left wing side they go. Handled neatly there at center ice. That was Del Greco. The Eagles come back away with it. There's a wrister in on goal as that was stopped and tracked in by Carter Clafton.
Well, Johnson did a nice job. He had some good speed, and it was Easton Young that took a little bit of a wide angle, had to play catch up a little bit, got back on it, but kind of a shallow angle shot for Johnson. But Clafton looks very comfortable in goal tonight. Made an easy save, face off to his right, 10:53 left in a scoreless first period.
Grand Rapids and Eden Prairie right here. Coming up next will be Edina and Elk River. There's a shot that's blasted off the end boards as it's John Middlestad on it. Now over to make the play is Miskovich to the left wing side for McCrae Murphy. And the Eagles will send that right back into Grand Rapids territory. Peart. That goes to Young. Oh, turned it over. Hounding, that's John Middlestad. The sweeping wrap there. He kept that from being a hold. Nice job there by the, I guess, the senior, right? You can sometimes get caught in that, Bart, when you get a little too overzealous out of those corners.
I agree.
Steves leaves that one over to the right side for Middlestad, and they were just offside at the line.
Well, actually, it was Peart's defensive partner that kind of put it in the skates in front of the net, and then the puck went in the corner, but it was Peart that did a nice job of using his body to shield not only the one as far as Middlestad, but there was another Eden Prairie defender coming in, so he used his body to shield the puck. They came away with possession. Those are the little things that don't show up in the box score that are very important for the success for the Thunderhawks tonight.
From center, sent in on Clafton as he hangs onto that with a stick. Plays it over for Zulke off the glass. Stansberry, nice read to try to push that over to the far wing. And back up through center they go with Brodzinski. He'll try to play that through everyone. That's going to be off the boards by Batchelder to center. Zulke regroups to his own zone with it. Slides it over to the near side for Morkway. Right up the middle on an angle for Brodzinski as that's stopped and defensed by the Eagles. Bumped off the boards by Stansberry. Ahead it goes. And keeping that puck alive was Zulke. And back into Eden Prairie territory it goes. 9.5 to go. We're scoreless here. Neither team has had a grade A scoring chance yet.
No, both teams have played very well defensively.
Ooh, that one's cut off at the line. Nice job by Miller. Puts that one up off the glass. The carom all the way to center. And now it's going to be Young to handle. Over to the near side for Peart. Under control across the line. Peart pushes that one through. It's blocked. Back up to the line. Miller's shot off the end boards. Now picked up by the Eagles. Sliding over to try to make that play was Shepard, but it's going to be sent right back in by Easton Young. Eagles off the glass. Nice shift here by the Thunderhawks, maintaining possession and some offensive zone time. Peart's checked as he's bulldozed down. Shepard comes away with it. Nice job by Del Greco to play that to the right wing side. And it's going to be up ice with Bischoff. Hunter Bischoff stopped in his tracks, and Del Greco regroups back in his own zone. Looks back over for Peart to the near side. Here's Peart, long pass. Angled through for the oncoming Wyatt Miskovich. Plays that back behind the net. Check thrown there as the Eagles will control. And they'll play this back into the corner with Shepard. Shepard hits his man. Now up he comes. Outlets to the left wing side. That was going to be Langenbrunner on that play. Down goes an Eagle in front of the bench area. And that is going to be a penalty. Boy, the whole bench went nuts for Grand Rapids. You can hear the hay here.
Wow, it was Miskovich that actually drew that. Kind of got under the skin of Johnny Middlesack. Gave him a bit of a cross-check in front of the referee, or in fact in front of the linesman, but they flagged him on that. Really good opportunity for a team that's playing very well. Grand Rapids kind of struggled a little bit on the power play, 16.7% against a stingy 90.5 penalty kill for Eden Prairie, but a great chance right now to draw first blood in this game, but they played very, very well as far as spacing, as far as positioning. Now it's time to make Eden Prairie try to defend and get some shots on Axel Rosenlund, the goaltender for this Eagle team.
It's fair to say this Thunderhawk team looking really good here in this hockey game so far. They've kept the Eagles at bay again, stride for stride. I talked about Wade Chado's ability to want this team to push the tempo and pace. They're doing just that.
Well, Zach Parisi in the house watching a little high school hockey action.
Miskovich, the one-timer from Peart, that's blocked. There's a rebound, that's deflected away.
Good follow-up by
Of course,
Del
Edina
Greco.
native now. We can call the former Bloomington native and Edina native, Zach Parisi. I think
made the transition.
He's got one of the twins here with him. Give and go out of the corner. Shallow angle. Oh, they had a great chance there. And now it's going to be picked up by Batchelder. Looked like one of the Thunderhawks, that might have been Murphy, got a hand on that one.
Well, they had numbers down low. They had 4 players down low, but Eden Prairie did a nice job of forcing everything to the outside, clearing that puck and relieving some pressure.
Peart with it, looks to the left wing side, and here they go. Back through center. Clafton gets the big goal stick down, and
he didn't take any chances on that one, did he?
Yeah, no.
You're
Peart with
smiling,
it.
aren't you?
I am. Peart across the line. Boy, can he play. Wrist shot. Hey, his skill set impresses me immensely.
Wow, his quickness too.
Yeah, they could, like I said yesterday, the Huskies have a good one. Del Greco was going to head to the bench, but better stay on as he does. Makes the play ahead. Peart looks over to his right, waits for some troops to get on. 38 to go in the power play for the Thunderhawks. Big check thrown to the end boards. They can converge off the corner. Stansberry takes his man down. That's Miskovich. Miskovich and Stansberry battle. And now it's pulled off the end boards and sent off the glass. Bounding puck chipped off the boards down low by Morkway with 6:20 to go here in the period. Eagles clear up and out of play as they get the whistle with 14 to go in the Thunderhawk power play.
Yeah, in fact, there's been a pretty decent power play, but haven't got into the scoring areas, but that's just good penalty kill by this Eden Prairie Eagles. You don't get a 90% penalty kill by chasing the puck around. They were very sound as far as what they're doing, but I really like what the Thunderhawks are doing. They have energy, and they're sustaining it from line to line. There's no dips in the momentum. They're doing a really responsible job of playing the game of hockey. It's good to see.
Look at this, Aaron LaPlante from Fort Lauderdale back again. Love it. Brian Boone from Playa del Carmen. I like that one. Brian McGinnis says, hey, Wags. Oh, and hey, Bart.
Oh, thanks. Hey, Brian.
Trenton Hoke says volume is low, and it does seem a little low to John Sands as well. We're working on that. We're well aware. Thank you, guys.
I can talk louder.
Body check thrown there. We're going to do an adjustment here at the period break. The thing about this stuff, sometimes things go bad. I mean, people get so used to these network quality broadcasts we do here at the mnhockey.tv, which is true. Find anybody that does it better, can you? You can't.
I don't even try.
Cross the line it goes. How about that for self-promotion?
That's pretty good.
Why not? I don't care. Morquay is there at the blue line area. Brodzinski turns it over. Holt. Ooh, they got a man offside there.
Wow,
We'll see. This was by about a half a mile.
Yeah, I think it was Brodzinski that actually challenged at the blue line and really forced a cut at the blue line. And faceoff going to be just outside. 5:16 left in this scoreless first period. I might even give the advantage to Grand Rapids so far this period, Pete Wagner.
Well, just for the mere fact that they've neutralized the offensive powerhouse of the Eagles, have not had one quality scoring chance yet here in this first period.
Still got some time.
Well, it's 5 minutes to go, so in 12 minutes worth of play, they haven't.
Absolutely.
Somebody's burying a hot dog right now, and it smells really good.
Uh-oh.
The Braemar Dogs.
Squirrel dog. Squirrel the dog.
Oh, my word. Where's Janae Henches when we need her?
Oh, geez.
Bringing us the meal.
Very nice of her last night.
Back into the corner. Off the boards. Busby now finds Shepard. Ooh, quick shot. There's a good chance. That one right by John Middlestead. How about this for a quick release? Give this one a look.
Yeah, in fact, it was Shepard that grabbed that puck off the wall, put it right on Middlestad's stick, and he turned and fired. Pretty good shot on goal, but Clafton, good anticipation by the goaltender, came out and challenged that one and received it. No rebound available. Face-off now to his left.
Good look at Clafton right there. Young off the boards. Riku Brown using the frame. Middlestead wrapped up by Del Greco. That's John Middlestead, the forward in deep. Steves will come away with it for the Eagles. That pass missed the mark. No ice on the play as Britton will regroup back in his own zone. He's got Busby with him. Ooh. Checked on the play is Britton by Miller. Turnover out front they go. There's Rosenlund to play that one away. As the Thunderhawks playing with a lot of confidence here so far in period number one. Sustained zone time. Riku Brown tries to break this one out as he's stopped on the play over off the wing. And now it's going to be the Eagles to the left wing side they go. Steves. Nice drop pass. John Middlestead fanned on that one as it's played back up to the left wing side for Miller. Here comes Miller through center. Finds an opening, turned in and turned aside by Rosenlund with 3:35 to go in the first. That's blocked off a pair of shins. And here they come back up ice. John Middlestead plays that one through. That's deflected in front of the bench area. Brown is there. Stood up on the play is Murphy. There's Rosenlund with the stick save. Steves with it. Ben Steves. 1-on-4. Somehow pushed it through, but the Thunderhawks are going to stop that almost every time. Nice job to fight off the check by Morquay, and ahead he goes to Murphy. Here comes Murphy now. He's going to play that one in deep on Stansberry. Is back to make the play is Jorgensen. To the right wing side it goes. Eagles off the boards as they race down to the right wing side. There's Batchelder. Tried to play this one through. Clafton didn't bail on that post and keeps it out of the net. Jorgensen with a big check thrown on Holcomb. And a center penalty on the Eagles. A tripping call at center ice.
It's going to be Stansberry that's going to go for the Eagles. He kind of got away with one down in his own zone where he was holding onto his stick in front of the ref. He opted not to call that one, but they got him on this one. 2:39 left in this first period. Another power play for this Thunderhawk team. If they can build off the momentum from the last power play, maybe put some pressure on Rosenlund, they can go into this locker room with some energy, but still a lot of time left in this period. But now Grand Rapids gets a great chance on the power play.
David Watson on board from Woodland Park, Colorado. Thanks for joining us here tonight.
Awesome.
Go ahead and tell us where you're from. We'll shoot you the shout out, and our very own John Sands clipping the highlights for you on Twitter. Follow us at MN Hockey TV.
And Doug Dornseif watching us from Austria.
Oh, he's in Austria.
Yeah, put another shrimp on the
world
Barbie, eh?
travel. Oh, Austria.
Not everybody's going to get that.
Yeah. I was way off. Back up through center. Young I think everybody picked that up,
I
right?
hope so. Otherwise, I'm looking pretty stupid.
Langenbrunner.
Stupider.
Off the boards and swatting it. That was Young, was going to knock that one down. Now Clafton gets the stick down on it. He's going to play it over for Peart, who will regroup in his own zone with Del Greco to the right. He gets a little bit of help now with Holcomb. Now Peart gets that one away from Steves to Del Greco to the right wing. Across the line they go with Bischoff. Back into the corner. Holcomb is there. Brings all the way around too far for Del Greco. And it's been the Thunderhawks that have been better 5-on-5 than with the man advantage with the natural zone entry.
Well, and Eden Prairie just with another solid penalty kill. They got some offensively talented penalty killers out there, so Grand Rapids still going to have to mind their defense.
Holcomb, rink wide he goes. That's Murphy. In around for Holcomb from the corner. 30 seconds to go in the man advantage. Up high now. It's going to be Young to the right wing side, Del Greco. Holcomb will peel this one off the boards and give back right back up to the point for Young. Misses the mark there off the end boards as it's going to be Busby to play, but not out. Del Greco is there. Nice job to work his way away from traffic and a check. And it's sent right back into Thunderhawk territory. That's going to do it pretty much for the power play with 6 to go in it. Young hangs on to it, now leaves off for Del Greco. They try to play that one in deep. The Eagles now look to transition with 33 to go in the period. Here's a pass that's deflected. Langenbrunner down low. That hits traffic on its way through as it's going to be Pergandy with it. Now Luloff runs into a check with Wilson. They get a little bit physical down there with 18 to go in the period. Zolke comes away with it. Plays it off to the right wing side. That's Brous with it, who plays this one through center. Over comes Langenbrunner. Now it's Brown. Puck laid off to the slot. Look out, there's a shot that's blocked. Didn't get through, and that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for the first period. And what a first period we've had here. It's scoreless between these two hockey clubs.
Yeah, it was a dandy. A couple power plays for Grand Rapids kind of helped steady them a little bit, but good showing by both teams. Obviously, Eden Prairie, we know them as an offensive team, but they're a very patient team. They don't need to score 3 goals to feel comfortable. They feel pretty good going into the locker room about how they presented themselves. Rosalind wasn't challenged too many times, but I think the Thunderhawks really grab a big positive out of this. They survived not only the first 5 minutes, but the first 17 minutes. And Pete, now the next challenge is the next 17 minutes.
Well, the next 17 minutes will be the big challenge. And, you know, you kind of feel like you have a couple power plays there, and we know those marbles will change pockets. And that will give someone else an opportunity on the Eagles to be a hero there with the power play. So we'll see what happens there if they can stay infraction free. You got to think that this Grand Rapids team looking very good. They were pretty good last night against Edina. I thought Edina played the best game they had all year. And then now we come here and they're taking on the #1 team and they're not backing down.
No, and I think that the longer Grand Rapids can hang with this Eden Prairie team, keep them off the scoreboard, the more confidence they're going to build, and it'll bode well for them moving forward, not only for this game in this weekend, but for the season.
We'll be back with more right after this.
So Anabai Construction Company started in 1905. So I'm a third generation, and now we have Eric and Jake.
One of the neatest things that I get to do when I go new places and talk about tradition companies is talk about the history of the company, and you know, it's pretty easy to be proud of the fact that we've been in continuous operation for almost 120 years.
Really, it just came down to, you know, trying to figure out better ways to serve the customer, and so it wasn't necessarily about making more money, but it was about providing a more seamless turnkey customer experience. So just kind of slowly over the years we added additional pieces to the puzzle.
So we started the tradition companies basically to figure out how we could do vertical integration that encompassed pretty much everything from the dirt to the final closing at title.
Too heavy? Try it.
I got it.
Lift it up. 1, 2, 3. Good. Looks great.
Wow, this looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So you're an expert.
Yes.
You do one with my name?
Sure.
D-E-R-E-K?
D-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the ultimate dream for your business?
I really wish I had more bracelets to make every single day.
What do you do with the money?
We have this hunger project that I give back to the kids that don't have enough money to buy food.
So the more bracelets you make, the more money you raise, and then the more kids you can help out. How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think about this?
Ooh. Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. We have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamites is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. You might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember, we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing and you got heads down and panting. And remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
right, Bart, I think we got it.
I think you did.
Goodness gracious, does that feel good? All right, that should sound about right now.
That was pretty impressive, P. Wagner.
Would you say that was like surgical?
You're shifting on the fly.
Oh, look at this.
That's awesome.
How am I going to...
Here we
All
go.
right, here we go. We are underway. This feels way better. Goodness gracious. Let's get the ice mic kicked in here. There it is. So the Eagles will be moving from right to left across your screen with the Thunderhawks left to right, wearing their familiar black with orange and white trim sweaters. A roadie for them here tonight. Big check thrown there in front of the penalty box area, as it's going to be Langenbrunner. Holt watches that one slip through. And now it's going to be Mason Langenbrunner again off the boards for Langfels. Langfels plays for Johnson. Now it's going to be Batchelder as he's going to work away from Peart. And we'll see how the Eagles respond here, Bart, after the intermission, and see if they right the ship a little bit.
Well, not that they were out of focus in the first period, but they have a tremendous focus right now. They know what's going on, task at hand, came out with some energy.
Indeed they did. Now back in across the line. With a shot. Ooh, Rosenlund saw it at the last second. Check thrown to the far boards. Miskovich, you know, this Thunderhawk team has got a nice win over Benilde St. Margaret's, whom many considered were on a collision course with the Eden Prairie Eagles for a possible berth in the state title game. So look out. You know, if this team starts to believe, they start putting together their structure, they're proving very hard to play against here.
Well, and Eden Prairie's, understanding that right now as we speak, but a lot of times it just has to do with confidence. And if you're comfortable and relaxed, you can just rely on your instincts and play the game. But if you start overthinking it, sometimes that can be your worst enemy. So far, the Thunderhawks are being very responsible. They're skating their lanes and not overcommitting. And Eden Prairie's doing a nice job of keeping a Grand Rapids team that's playing very, very well, limiting their offensive chances. So both teams playing very responsibly so far this game.
Eagles now play this one up to the line. That's down on the play, and here come the Thunderhawks back up the right wing side. Nice speed for Browse. Shot and a stick save by Rosenlund. He's been the busier of the two tenders tonight. I think we'd all be surprised if we said that here in the early going. Pergandy looks for Jorgensen, misses the mark. Back into Eden Prairie territory goes Rapids territory goes rather, as they pin up on the boards. Browse now cross center ice. Not a lot of real estate to get that in deep for Wilson, as now it's Busby with it. Busby dusts it off and gets it to the right wing side. Nice job there. Across the line they go, but they're the Thunderhawks to deny the line. No access, no room at the end. Sent right back in on goal, bounding in on Rosenlund as he covers it up. And now they're going to bump this off the boards, and it's going to be regrouped by the Eagles. Busby, nice inside-out move on Del Greco. Now it's Johnson, big check thrown there. Johnson back it across the line, and they're going to play this one off the boards. Here's Del Greco. He looks back up to the middle, on the stick now for Bischoff as he elects to play that in deep. Thunderhawks with the quick change, and they hustle in. Johnson. Now it's off the stick of Batchelder and controlled by the Thunderhawks. Well, they've had this puck in transition a lot start this period, and that's offside.
Only by a lot on that one. But the difference between the Thunderhawks last night and the Thunderhawks tonight is they're able to put a couple passes together. Last night it was one first pass, and then the second pass would be either interrupted or go wide. But they've been able to maintain possession with the puck, move it up the ice very, very quickly. But Eden Prairie doing a nice job of clearing their zone at least and limiting the traffic. But Grand Rapids looks like they came to play, and they're able to sustain that from period to period. So very good sign for Coach Cheeto.
Cam Langfels through center. Throws the check there, and now it's going to be Langenbrunner as he plays it to the left wing side. Brown better hurry at the line. It's reached for by Murphy. Now Steve's up with Middlestad across the line. He'll snap that one into the blocker pad of Clapton. Nice save there. Brown now off the end boards for John Middlestad. He looks to the low slot area. This is a good one, folks. Tell a friend, share the link. Langfels with it, rink wide. Langenbrunner back for Langfels through center. He finds some real estate across the line, loads it up, leaves a drop pass. Steves can snipe and goes off the glass. All the way back up on the carom to the neutral. Here come the Thunderhawks across the line, but stopped on the play as Bonner neatly there by the defense of Luke Middlestadt. Passed out front from the corner by Brous as he was trying to find Brodzinski. And now it's Luke Middlestadt with it, fighting through a stick check. Brodzinski. Now it's Brown to the left wing, too far for Steves as Peart regroups back into his own zone. Here comes Peart. He looks away from one man, dangles across the line, stays on the puck drop pass. That was in the wickets, but nice job to keep it alive off the side of the goal. Now Peart down low as he's getting a little bit of help from Brodzinski from the left point. Now that's Zolke in front. That one's behind the net. Now it's peeled off. They look out front. That one misses the mark there for Bonner. Here comes Johnson back for the Eagles. 12:07 to go in the period. Leaves off for Holt from the left wing. Now it's going to be Drew Holt. Looks, shoots. That one's blocked. Back to the slot area, rattling up into the neutral zone and back into safety for the Thunderhawks as it's Stansberry to look to the left wing side. That's Johnson ahead for Batchelder. Loads it up. Scores! A partial screen. And it's 1-0 Eden Prairie. Threw it on net, and you'll see right here the goaltender looked a little bit fooled.
Well, indeed he did. I think that puck fooled him a little bit. I don't know if it went over his blocker side shoulder or his glove shoulder, but it went up just under the bar. But a good shot by Batchelder. That's his 5th goal of the year. So very well represented on the score sheet in many of these Eden Prairie games, but it gives his team some energy and reward for a lot of hard work. The defense was showing for Eden Prairie. A good zone possession time by the Thunderhawks, but they kind of closed the door, came back in transition, and it was Batchelder that gives Eden Prairie a lead. 11:48 left in the second period. Now it's up to the Thunderhawks to just roll up their sleeves and get back to business, but Eden Prairie showing some energy. That was a nice finish by Batchelder.
Well, you just stay on your game and you throw it at the net. Now we'll see how the Thunderhawks respond. And we've seen for the Eagles, they've been very streaky in their goal scoring so far this year.
Well, Johnson with 2 tallies last night. He got a helper tonight. Very well represented on the score sheet for that young man. Sophomore forward.
We're well aware of the audio issues. It must be within our little Sling studio, Bart, because I can't tell you what's going on with it. Matt Harrington is trying to solve it as... Let's see how that works. Go give that a shot, buddy. I think I might have figured it out. Across the line, here come the Thunderhawks. They leave this one to the left wing side. And now it's Steves as he races up the right wing with room. Steves loads and shoots, and that's a glove hand save, and that's hung on to.
Well, Steves, a left-handed shot coming up the right side, had a pretty good angle, tried to go glove side, but it was Peart that came in, did a bit of a drop pass, and it was McCrea Murphy that actually ended up with that puck just inside the line. The puck rolled on him, and that's when Steves turned on the jets and went down and put a good shot on Clapton.
There's a shot that misses the mark there. Back in behind Jorgensen, looks out front. And the puck will be played back into the corner by the Eagles, who now have been energized by that goal just a couple of minutes ago. That's in on goal and stopped and hung on to by Rosenlund, or Clafton rather.
I don't know if that was Perganda who took that shot, but just a quick fire from the left dot, kind of a shallow angle, but a quick release on that one. Or it might have been Shepard on that, but Clafton, good positional save, but that came on him in a hurry. Nice job to hold on to the rebound as well. 10:39 left in the second period. Eden Prairie tickles and twine, has 1 goal advantage. But Pete, if you're Grand Rapids, the mindset is you didn't come in here expecting to shut this Eden Prairie team out. You gave up 1 now, so it's just time to get back to business and try to equal the score, or at least defend first and foremost.
Bumped off the boards to center. It's going to be Langenbrunner with it. Open wing to the right wing side, sent right back in behind. Cut off by Rosenlund. Now it's Langenbrunner with it. And swatted right back into the Eden Prairie zone as Langfels. Better hurry as he has a couple of Thunderhawks on him. Brodzinski was there. Gets a little bit of help along the way with Holcomb. Or check that, that was number 8, John Bonner. A penalty coming up.
Well, it looks like it's going to be an elbow as well, but Pergani did a nice job. It was Langfels that got in kind of a tough spot, outnumbered, and Pergande came in and kind of balanced or leveled the playing field, so to speak. But I think that's going to be Zolke, wide Zolke, that's going to go for the elbow. Great opportunity for this Eden Prairie team. 31.6, very impressive percentage on the power play for Eden Prairie, and a pretty impressive 83.3 penalty kill for the Thunderhawks. Clafton's going to have to make a pretty big save, but Eden Prairie just seems to be getting possession. They're starting to get a little bit of back to the Eagles hockey. And now in the power play, they get a great chance.
Langenbrunner over for Holt. He has that one roll off his stick, but stays on it. Key moment here. Here's a chance back the other way. Here come the Thunderhawks. Bischoff, shot, save, rebound. Oh, and it's set out front of the low slot area. Busby back off of the right wing. Here they go with Batchelder. He's got Holt to his left. Batchelder holds and plays back in behind the net. Holt comes back away with it as he looks back up high. Langenbrunner, no, plays back over for Holt. There's a shot in on goal that misses the mark. And now it's going to be the Eagles to play back over to the left wing side. Now it's Langenbrunner. One-timer, got underneath that one, brought some rain off the glass. Now it's going to be Batchelder to Holt. Back up for Langenbrunner. Back over for Holt. Whistle on the play. Man in the crease, I think they're going to say.
Well, I think you're right, and I don't know if that's I think that might be Cam Langfels putting the big body down in front of the net to interrupt the goaltender's sidelines, but got a little aggressive and that got into the blue, so the faceoff's going to come outside the zone. Just 1:10 left in the penalty to the Thunderhawks. Zolke. Eden Prairie showing some good possession, but really haven't got into that area, and when they did, Clapton's come up big. He's going to have to continue that.
Stansberry takes from Luke Middlestad across the line as he sends this one back into the corner. Eagles control again on the power play. Brown rather, from the corner. Now it's played back in. Brown watches that one through to the far side where Steves will take over. Quickly to John Middlestad. That's deflected off a stick to center where Luke Middlestad will take over. Swings it over to the left wing side. Stansberry now. Stansberry angles to the right corner, stays on it. He's watched on the play. That by Morkway, as it was sent right back into Eagle territory, and it's going to be Rosenlund to set up behind. Middlestad now with it. Here comes Luke Middlestad across center with 20 to go in the power play. He lays that back over for Stansberry. Wrister through traffic, rebound, that one up in the air. Away from Bonner off the left side, and now they're going to play this one back into the corner. And you hear the stick slapping. Thunderhawks are now at full strength, and it's going to be behind the net with Luke Middlestad. Hard off the glass to center ice it goes. Peart is there. Peart looks to his left. He's going to guide it over in front of the bench area. Murphy makes the collision there, and now it's going to be Luke Middlestad angling to the left wing side as he's watched on the play. Off the glass, Britton gets a little bit of help. That's Pergande with it. And sent in by Britton. Chopped over to the left wing side. Away from one man. Could have had a penalty there, but they let it go. I like it. Keep the flow going. Shepard walks across center ice. He's going to go into the belly there. Nice save by Clafton. 7:02 to go in the second period. Busby. That's taken away. Here come the Thunderhawks. Looking to gain some offensive zone time. There's a snapper, blocker pad save by Rosenlund. Busby comes over to the right wing boards, plays this one up the wall, and back into the center ice area it goes. Thunderhawks regroup. That one missed the mark off Britton's stick. As looking to get inside on him was Cooper Brodzinski. Now it's going to be over to the far side. Goring was there. Off the glass to center. Busby lays it over to the near side for Britton, and back in go the Eagles as they'll work the forecheck. Here comes Brown. Clafton sets up. Zolke rings the boards up to the left wing side, but nice pinch by Busby. Gets a little bit of help from Holt. Played toward the goal mouth area, knocked away neatly there by Morkway, and now they play some body off the far boards. The Thunderhawks will transition long pass to center on the stick for Busby. That's now controlled by the Thunderhawks as Brown was there momentarily. Over to the far side it goes for Busby in the corner. Busby for Britton, look out, here comes the forecheck from Brous. And now they continue to crash. That's Goring. Now checked as Britton. They got a penalty coming up. Britton said, hey, what about that? He's going to get it.
Well, I guess, as you said, it's going to be Goring that's going to go. So 5:46 left in the second period. Not a great time to take a penalty, especially in the offensive zone. But now they have to pick up their teammate and get through this. But Eden Prairie just seems to start to kind of get their offensive flow, and they really kind of seem to be just kind of sucking a little of the structure out of this Grand Rapids team. The effort is still there, but their angles are getting a little more shallow, and they're getting a little bit less patient with the puck. So it's something that Eden Prairie has earned to this point. Now they just going to get a good chance to finish it off and put another tally on the board on the power play.
2 minutes for interference to Goring. That one goes through the slot area up to the line it goes. 5:34 to go. Second Eagle power play. Nice save by Clafton through traffic. Holt pushes that one through. That one blocked again as they crash in on the slot, packing it in.
Well, 4 forwards and 1 defense. Drew Holt manning the point. They put big Riku Brown in front of the net, and that's all kinds of problems for this Thunderhawk squad, especially if you're Clafton to get good sight lines.
Luke Middlestad angles his way through the neutral. Now to the near boards as he sets up shop as they converge, and the Thunderhawks win the battle and send that one in wide of the mark as Rosenlund will set up back in behind his own net. Del Greco gives him all sorts of trouble. Ooh, is right in his feet there as Holt now will watch it over to the far side. Steves pokes it to safety, but crashing down quickly is Bischoff. Now it's going to be Steves for John Middlestat. Across center ice, Del Greco watches the speedster from the Eagles who carries this one back in behind. With speed, he leaves that one off for Steves, back for John Middlestat. There's a Langenbrunner shot that's right out of the tape and sent back down by Bischoff as he'll head to the bench on a nice PK for him. Now Langenbrunner takes over, back in from behind his own net with 4:25 to go in the second period. Langenbrunner up ice. Going to leave this one back for Batchelder. He's poke checked on the play by Braden Holcomb. Now it's going to be Batchelder again as he gathers this one in and he races up to the left wing side. Batchelder across the line, knocked off of his stick. Batchelder with it, stays on it as it's played back up into the neutral zone as it's gathered in by Langenbrunner again. 14 to go in the man advantage with Holt across the line. Holt looks inside out. Ooh, he has an angle. Clafton, though, strong on the post, stays there. And a whistle on the play as they come together in the corner.
Well, and emotions running a little amok. It's Langfels. I don't know who the Thunderhawk is, but really Drew Holt kind of froze the defenseman, got him flat-footed, kind of showing shot, and then he pulled it to the side and went in on Carter Clafton, and Clafton did a nice job of keeping that puck out of the net. Just 7 more seconds to go on the power play for this Eden Prairie Eagles team, but pretty good possession by the Eagles, but not a lot of shots toward Clafton, or at least good quality opportunities that we're used to seeing from this Eagles squad. But 7 more seconds of challenge for the Thunderhawks, then we're back to 5-on-5.
Bart Archer loving the musical selections.
I can't help it. It made me smile.
I know it did because you were working that dance right there. I don't know what is that thing called? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Across the line. Look at you acting like you don't know. Busby. Across the line now. It's control back up to the line. 3:25 to go. That hits traffic on the way through.
Lulov showing some good speed, but it was Peart that tracked it down. They both went into the end wall hard. Hopefully they both get up.
Back in front of the Eagles bench it goes. Thunderhawks play to the near side. Ooh, pirouette there by Young. The French judge, though, was a little hard on him.
He didn't like the dismount.
No, or the land, or whatever it is. Back in behind the net. Staying on that puck for the Thunderhawks was Miskovich. Now it's going to be Johnson with it. Scored a goal yesterday against the Elks. Given off to the left wing side with 2:37 to go in the stanza.
Pretty good support by the Thunderhawks, really limiting the options, Eden Prairie out of their zone.
Busby. Now it's going to be John Middlestat, gets the give and go, and he races up through neutral. John Middlestat leaves off to the slot area and off the end boards. Thunderhawks in their own zone. Zolke with it. Now Peart just quickly eludes the forecheck, not once but twice, and then breaks it out clean to the left wing. Miskovich checked on the play. There's a wrister off the post. Wow, that was straight metallurgy.
Braden Holcomb.
Johnson off the boards it goes and sent right back in. Great opportunity there. Ooh, the clock went dark. See that, Bart Archer?
I thought it was just me. I thought I was getting ready to black out, P. Wagner. But even though that shot from Braden Holcomb went off the post, it has to give you a little energy. Obviously, you're disappointed it wasn't a quarter-inch lower or something, but at least you got a good shot on goal, good look at the net, and you beat the goaltender. Something to build on going forward. 1:42 left in the second period. Both teams want to finish very strong. Good win for Eden Prairie on the faceoff.
Luke Biddlestad now takes over. He looks over for Stansberry with $1:33 to go in the period. Miller on the back check as he stood up. Holt back to the corner it goes in the Thunderhawk zone. They're going to regroup with Del Greco. Holt stays on him, but Del Greco fights that off. Tries to play it ahead. Eagles continue to work it toward the slot area. That's off a Thunderhawk player. Batchelder shoots. That's blocked again. And to the left wing for Miller. Now he runs into Stansberry as Del Greco gathers in from the left wing. Del Greco, nice move to get away from one would-be checker. Can't get away from the second as that was Batchelder. Has words with Del Greco. And Middlestead sends that one in. The chirp fest in full force here at Braemar Arena.
The emotions running amok.
Sent in deep by the Thunderhawks as it's going to be Mason Langenbrunner. Crashing in on the end boards was Miller as he took himself out on the self-check. Now it's going to be Langenbrunner's shot that misses the mark. Nice hard one on the ice, nearly caught the corner.
I think it rolled on him a little bit too.
32 to go in the period. Eagles turn it over and back out come the Thunderhawks across the line. Bounding in. Oh my word! That trickled just wide as Rosenlund was there. Bonner now. He's going to bump the boards. Peart plays this one for Braden Holcomb. Hit the post moments ago. Now over to the near side it goes for Young. 10 to go. They push this through to the slot, and that one's going to be hammered down into the Thunderhawk zone. A nice little setup brewing there for that addition.
Yeah, there was some physical activity along the end wall on the Eden Prairie zone, but it was Grand Rapids that came up with that puck and then worked it around. Got some pretty good looks anyway, but John Middleset gained possession of that puck, just relieved the pressure, sending it down the ice. Just 4.9 seconds, still plenty of time for the Thunderhawks. Very important face-off for the Eden Prairie Eagles squad. It's going to be Holcomb against John Middlestad.
Now it's Batchelder with it. He just try and throw that in, stopped by Clafton. And that ends the period. Eagles strike first. Take a little bit of momentum as well, Barton. They take a 1-0 lead into the intermission.
Well, indeed they did. It was Batchelder with his fifth from Johnson and Stansberry at the 5:11 mark, and then things kind of settled in a little bit more. Looks like Eden Prairie starting to kind of get their rhythm about them and starting to play a little bit more Eagles hockey. But you have to like the resiliency of this and the resolve of this Thunderhawks team. They didn't seem to get too worried about that goal. They just rolled their sleeves up, got back to business. So that's a good sign for Coach Cheeto. But I think both teams feel pretty good going into the locker room. Eden Prairie obviously with a 1-goal advantage. They're going to come out with some energy, but I look for a really strong third period, at least the first 5 minutes out of this Grand Rapids Thunderhawks team.
We'll see what they can do. We take a timeout. When we come back, we will have high school hockey coming up in about 12 minutes. And it's going to feature a great third period coming up after that. It'll be Edina and Elk River. Don't you dare go away. High school hockey continues right here at the MNHockey.tv, and we are between periods with Tradition Capital Bank's Dan Fagan. Thanks for joining us here. I know you've got a busy schedule, and we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about. First of all, why don't you share your position with the bank and what you do?
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me. I'm Dan Fagan, and President and CEO of Tradition Capital Bank.
And in your role, you've obviously have a bank that's a little bit different than other banks. We have a stereotypical thing in our mind, but when it comes down to what you are as a bank, can you kind of share what's different about you and who Tradition Capital Bank is?
Yeah, would be happy to. We started in 2005. We raised $10 million of capital, and we had a vision for being a bank of locally owned investors and bankers that are in our community to come together and create a bank that we would have this idea of doing business with friends and family and expanding that network over time. For us, we are a full-service community bank in the Twin Cities, so you can think of all the services that a Wells Fargo or a U.S. bank would do. We can do those here. But think of it in terms of high touch, high service. So we have all the technology, mobile app, online banking, we have loans, deposits, all the types of things you get with a U.S. bank or Wells Fargo bank, you get with us. But when you come in, we know you by name, we recognize you, we give a high level of service, and it's a much different feel. We're a private bank, so we're not a high value mass marketed bank. We're more unique and more kind of fly under the radar through our friends and family.
And so with that recognition from the client base and how it feels, it definitely, for those that come through your doors, it's a lost art, I think. And have you found as a business with what you offer, you have the technological capabilities of all the big box banks, if you will, but you have the hometown feel that we really don't get in the Twin Cities anymore?
Yeah, no, I would agree. And if you look, if you know the banking world, there's a lot of consolidation happening. So I don't want to think of your Home Depot's taking out the local hardware store, but banks are very similar in that you can get lost as a customer in a big bank. But a bank like ours, we're smaller, we're more nimble, we're very responsive, but yet we were founded by a lot of good business owners in the Twin Cities community. And we have a lot of good bankers here. I myself was a former bank examiner. So we know banking very well, but we are very responsive. We're locally owned, local decision making, and you're not going to get that as much in the Twin Cities here. Other banks are making decisions, some in California, some in Wisconsin, some that take 3 weeks on a turnaround for you. If you come in here, we can talk among our bank and within a few hours get back to you and let you know, hey, this is something we can do. We've done, honest to goodness, we've closed a $10 million loan in a couple of days. Now, we don't do bad loans. We do good loans, but we're very responsive. We had all the information, and we put the transaction together, and that's just not something you're going to get at a big bank.
Well, there's some things that we say we're uniquely Minnesotan, but we also do business Minnesotan as well, so it's really helpful for those Minnesota businesses to know exactly that they have someone with their finger on the pulse of what's really happening here. Let's dig in a little bit deeper into the technology part of things that you have from the consumer, the user perspective. Can you kind of open up the toolkit there? What do you got?
Absolutely. So from a private banking perspective, we obviously have online banking that you could do on a desktop, or we have the kind of online tablet banking, but most importantly, we have our mobile banking app. If you're familiar with some of the larger banks, for example, Bank of America, we actually have the same platform that they use in their online banking. So we have banking where you can look at, obviously, account balances, make payments online. You can make transfers to other individuals. We have a product called Zelle that's very popular among
all
the big
over
banks.
it. We pay our employees with it.
There you go. So we've got Zelle here. So basically all the things you could do at the big banks, the technology's there, and we're implementing them and have that available for us. For our business customers, we also have business online banking, set up ACH originations, again, client to client, B2B, or individual to individual. We have all those services and technology, but the best part is that you have that hands-on, one-on-one. You need something, you pick up the phone, you dial a number, it's picked up by an individual, we know you, we're responsive, and we can make those things happen, whether it's a wire transfer, whether it's overdraft. If you are out and about, you go away for a weekend, and you forget to transfer money, and you're overdrawn, we're not going to return that check, and we're going to call you and say, hey, what happened? Because we know you. So you have all the tech now. You'll be able to see that, and you'll have probably something pop up on your app, insufficient funds, but you don't have to worry that we're going to return the check. You can call us. We know you. We take care of it. That's what you get when you're with Tradition.
And that's very unique. And you also, from someone picking up the phone, you don't have the phone tree to work through where they say, we didn't get that. We try that again, which is really, for me, I think that's a terrific thing too. As far as where you're going, obviously you've opened up a fabulous facility in Wayzata. You're here in Edina, and are you also somewhere else?
In North Oaks.
North Oaks, that's correct. Anything beyond those three locations? What are you guys thinking there?
So I think right now for the Twin Cities, that's a pretty good market. And again, with technology. You don't need brick and mortar on every corner. In fact, you may not go into the bank as many times as you used to. Now we're here if you need us. The reason we had Edina was our original spot. We went to North Oaks. It was pretty strategic because it was literally across town on the other side to serve kind of the St. Paul market and North Metro. Wayzata was a very unique opportunity that we had a client that had a building and said, hey, you know what, this is a cool little community out here. So we looked to set up a small location. We have about 10 staff, just under 10 staff that are at our Wayzata location, but again, full service banking. In terms of the Twin Cities, that's what we're at kind of right now, but we obviously are always looking at strategic initiatives. What I will say is that, and this is a little bit down the road, but we have a lot of clients that were private bank clients that winter in either Arizona or Naples. And so we are considering putting kind of right now, we can do business down there already, but we are looking at down the road setting up some branch locations because we want to make sure we take care of our clients wherever they're at. And those seem to be some markets that a lot of people are attracted to, and we've had a lot of customer relationships out there. So that's kind of a little thing in the future that we're taking a look at.
Well, so not far away, we have our Edina Jerry's Foods down in Sanibel Island, so why not? The free shameless plug, sorry.
Yes,
hope you're okay with that.
Absolutely.
Kind of the same concept for those of you that,
you know
appreciate
what,
that.
That's exactly what it is. We're Minnesotans. We know this market. We know our people.
Everybody loves that.
And everybody loves that. And if you're going to be out in those other communities dealing with people that are just good, hardworking, good, valued Minnesota people, that's what we're looking to do. And by the way, we have an aging employee base, and some of these employees are looking to go to these communities. So it's a nice way to retain not only our customers, but also some of our employees. And so we see a big opportunity. But also, I think there's a lot of people in those communities that miss kind of that hometown, small town feel. You go in, it's a handshake, you see things. Yes, we need to fill out paperwork and all that, but we do our best to be people of integrity. And when we tell you we're going to do something, we do it. No surprises, handshake, that's the way we do it.
Terrific stuff, Dan. Finally, if I want to get started with you, if I'm a business or a consumer, what's the best way? Just pop in, give you a call? What do you guys prefer?
Either, yeah. We have kind of on our website, you can see kind of the department leads we have here, whether it's a business banking need, private banking need, construction development. Obviously, you can have call us on the phone. The best way is either that or just come in person. We have bankers here on site that if you're not calling us, if you're in the area, pop in, we'll get somebody right away. We always have someone to handle the needs there. So it's literally a phone call, let us know, and we'll do everything we can to help. If we're not the best fit for you or the best resource, we'll do everything we can to help make that appropriate connection to someone that might better serve you.
That's exactly who these people are, folks. What is that email? Why don't you shoot that out there for everybody? Or email, sorry, website, web address. Why don't you shoot that for us?
www.tradition.bank, B-A-N-K.
Simple enough. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks so much.
Good stuff. Thank you. We'll be back with more high school hockey coming up right after this. Are we back on? Mic check, test 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, hello, hello. You get it out of both ears? Okay, it's not. We couldn't be set up better, so we're just gonna have to live with it. It could be something to do with our production piece, whatever. We'll deal with it between games. So hopefully this is working well enough for everybody else. Thank you. Well, we welcome you back to Braemar Arena as the Thunderhawks work their way back onto the ice with the Eagles already there. And this has been a very, very well-fought, tough matchup between these two teams. "17 minutes remain in the third period here. Coming up next, it'll be Edina and Elk River. Edina looking to win their second straight here at Braemar Arena. And there was one goal scored in the period, Bart, and that was by whom?
That was by Batchelder, his fifth from Johnson and Stansbury at the 5:11 mark. Shots on goal. That period would be 6 for Elk River and 7 for Eden Prairie, which brings them both to 13 shots on goal. So very tightly contested defensive battle so far. 1-0 is your score. I think, again, harkening back to the first period, I think the first 5 minutes is very, very important for this Thunderhawk team, and they have to survive that first 5. But Eden Prairie just seems like they're kind of getting their flow, and Eden Prairie's all about possessing the puck, and they had a little bit more possession during that period. But I thought Grand Rapids had some good fight to them. It'll be an exciting 17 minutes. Here we go.
To start the period, as they're going to play this around to the right wing, sent back into the corner. Checked on the play is Johnson. That was Peart to make that play. Del Greco outlets to the left wing side. Miller loses an edge on some, I would call, moist ice there.
Yeah. As you said last night, that doesn't happen often at this venue.
No, it's kind of interesting, and they get done plenty early. I mean, they give it a solid 5 minutes to set up. Shot it on goal, batted down by Rosenlund, back door! Oh my word. Let's take a look at that one on replay. How'd that stay out of the back of the net?
I'm not sure, but I think it was Del Greco that had the follow-up, but I think it was actually Easton Young down low, but Rosenlund made the first save, and then the puck squirted over to his glove side or his left. But it was Del Greco that I think tried to do the follow-up, but I think the angle was just a little too shallow, but Rosenlund kept the puck out of the net. That's primarily what his job is to do. 50 seconds in, Grand Rapids already a pretty good scoring opportunity. That's got to be pretty good news for Coach Cheeto.
Now the Thunderhawks will control, playing back into the corner. Murphy is there. Morquay, and here comes Holt racing into the corner. Waits for the oncoming Zulke as it's going to be Brown. Stick comes down across his back, but we play on. That's across the stick of Murphy. And it's going to be Braden Holcomb on the move. Nice little feed to the middle. That ice is wet right there, and that puck stopped right dead in its track. Tough drop pass to handle there. Blocked by Holt. He can scoot. He's going to race up ice, gets away from one man, keeps his feet moving to break away. He's brought down, and a penalty coming up. This one's delayed. Eagles control. They play this one through the slot area, and it's finally hammered up the ice by Murphy, and we'll have a penalty coming up.
Well, we know it's going to be a tripping penalty. I think it's going to be Zilke, Wyatt Zilke, that's going to go for the Grand Rapids. They almost had to do that. It was Holt that came up with great speed, split the defense, and did a pretty good job of getting the puck in front of him and used his body to protect. So the only thing they really could do is bring him down, and the puck rolled. So really limited a point-blank scoring opportunity. So not a bad penalty to take at this juncture. But Grand Rapids got to kill this one off. Eden Prairie with a great opportunity on the power play.
Now it's going to be Brown with it as he cycles back in behind the net. Steves walks out of the corner. Leaves that one up high for Luke Middlestad to John Middlestad. Back up high for Luke Middlestad. One-timer. That one, blocker pad save. Clafton off the stick of Langenbrunner. And to the neutral zone it goes as it's going to be Luke Middlestad to regroup as he's watched by Del Greco. Del Greco will shovel him into the boards. Turnover in front. Oh, what a big save. Oh, what a play there by Del Greco. What an opportunity there.
Boy, that really was. He took a great angle, pinched him off the puck, went out and put a good shot on Rosenlund, shorthanded.
Now it's going to be turned away. Steves, that's off the stick of Bonner. Now Luke Middlestat, he'll walk away, gives back to Langenbrenner. His wrister is blocked. Back to the corner it goes. We got 1 minute remaining in the Eagle power play. That one drawn by Drew Holt. Now it's going to be Langenbrenner with it from Luke Middlestat. They're going to walk and take it deep. He cuts back against the grain. Nice job by John Middlestat. Luke Middlestat to Steves. He'll look back up high for Luke Middlestat. One-timer off the toe of the stick. Check it. That one sent back into Eagle territory. Rosenlund will set up behind the net for Luke Middlestat as Batchelder and his unit step out. Holt. They've got Langfels up high.
And they got Busby as well.
And they leave Langenbrenner out, or is he going to head over to the bench? Back in across the line is Bischoff as he plays this behind the net. Langenbrenner fights off a would-be checker. 7 to go. Good PK here. Another scoring chance in front. Save. Rebound. Oh, there's a great chance. Shot. Oh, and a big save made by Rosenlund. Off the boards it goes as they kill that penalty, but a great chance there, shut down by Axel Rosenlund, Bart.
Well, he bailed him out twice on that PK, and it was Eden Prairie with great zone time and possession, but it's Grand Rapids that came away with 3 pretty good opportunities shorthanded. That has to give their bench some energy to not only kill off, but put some pressure on Rosenlund and make him make a play. But Eden Prairie goaltender picked up his team when the wheels were wobbling. That's what good goalies do.
And the face-off win by the Eagles. To center ice they go. Clafton will take the safety valve and just get that one covered up.
Well, Shepard actually saw Pergande coming in, try to feather it through, but good busy stick. Harmlessly into Carter Clafton. He held on a face-off to his right. 13 minutes even to go in this third period.
Face-off played back in behind the net. Luloff plays to the corner. There's a check thrown, and now it's going to be Wilson out of his own zone, right wing side for Brous. He has some real estate. Brous will shoot it on the move, and Rosenlund's been perfect here tonight. Looks that one right into the glove and faces off to his left.
Yeah, he really came out and challenged the shooter, but good positioning by his Eden Prairie defenseman. Really, it was a good job by Brous to get at least a shot on goal, you know, hoping for maybe a misplay or a rebound. Rosenlund doesn't miss too many, and he held on to that one. Face off to his right, but really responsible defense by the Eden Prairie Eagles on a 3-on-2 rush.
Thunderhawks control now with Peart as he looks ahead and finds his man Miller. Opening, bounces off the boards. Del Greco's been all over the ice here these at least last 2 periods. He had a great second period. He's having a good third period in the offensive zone. He had that great shorty, that opportunity with a wraparound.
He's playing an inspired game today. He's got such great quickness and speed too. Just a sophomore.
Back across the line they go. That one's deflected up high. Steves didn't get all of that to the corner as Peart comes away with it and gives to Young. Young looks away to the right wing side. He has a little drop pass for Del Greco. Peart steps into this one. Thunderhawks are one bounce away from tying this thing up. Over to the far corner it goes. Turned over, there's a shot that didn't get through. Now thinking about letting it rip was Young, but didn't like his angle. Out front they go. There's a chance they're looking for the trolling McCray Murphy. Young wanted to get that one back. He reached for it. Now he has to regroup. He's got Peart to his left. Young puts on the brakes as he surveys. Long pass through center, deflects up high in the air. That's stopped by Stansberry. And the Eagles will play this off the glass. The Eagles have had everything in their hands. They've absolutely been full here with this one against the Thunderhawks. I think it proves one thing to everybody. There is no such thing as a guarantee this year, especially in high school hockey. Everybody likes to talk about that, Bart.
Yeah.
But on any given night, anybody's can and will beat anybody, and it's happening. And it makes ranking these teams for yours truly on the MNHockey.tv a very difficult chore, as that's covered up by Rosenlund. It is. It's tough to say.
Right, but it's exciting as well. But one thing that I like about the resolve of Grand Rapids is Eden Prairie's they're facing a challenge. I think that's good for Eden Prairie. You can't just blow through teams 4-1, 5-1. You don't have a lot of duress. This Grand Rapids team is putting Eden Prairie under duress so they can get familiar with it, so they can deal with it down the way. But Eden Prairie holding firm, but I really like the resolve of this Thunderhawk team.
Right wing pass on the tape. Langenbrunner tried to work his way inside, but Morquay said no. Now to the right corner, it's Wilson, jammed by Pergandy. He's had a good game here tonight. In on goal, that gets away from Clafton. Puck still loose, as it's now poked to the near side. Jorgensen, Langenbrunner, wrister. That hits a stick on the way in. Shepard gets jammed by Wilson. Now from the corner it goes. Back up to the right wing side, out of the zone with Wilson. He stood up on the play. Langenbrunner comes over, back into the left corner as he's going to cycle back to Brown. Played back over, that was Langfels rather. And now it's played to center. Sometimes this corner, we're about 2 miles away, gets tough to see. Del Greco.
It doesn't get any easier the older you get either.
I actually still like calling the games from the corner here, though. It works.
Love it.
9:45 to go in the period. Del Greco one-timer. Swing and a miss. Miller. Miguel Sano pays a visit here at the Holiday Classic.
Can't afford a foul tip.
Or C.J. Crone, take your pick.
Oh, God.
They battle off the corner now. Oh, come on, man. Who are you kidding? Now it's going to be handled by Young. I can't even talk right now. Peart gets away from one man. Now here he comes in across the line.
Oh,
nice little backhand sauce. Oh, and a big shot there by Miller. Let's take a look at that one on replay, shall we?
Well, I saw Cody Miller breaking into the left side. Just a backhand soft sauce pass right on the tape. Put a redirect on Rosalind. Rosalind, nice side to side, came over and closed that door very quickly. But you have to appreciate the skill and the touch of the Thunderhawk defender. But
where's your woman from?
Tokyo, man.
Attaboy. What a great tune, huh?
Oh,
my word.
I remember that when I was a teenager.
That thing was, did you blow out a speaker or two with that?
Maybe.
Mine was Foghat, Slow Ride.
Yeah,
I blew a couple out with that one.
Well, Foghat had more than just Slow Ride, so that's one of the super bands from my era.
But that's the one I had to go to the speaker repair store a few times for.
Get the woofer?
In Hopkins, off of 11th Avenue. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Brad Wallen's done a few of those. Cashmere bit his, too. Now across the line.
Oh, nice dangle.
Check thrown there off the glass. Now it's Stansberry with it. Nice and patient, waited on it. Plays this one back in behind the net. Zolke, left wing for the breakout. Now Brown for Holt. He's checked. Nice defensive play there. The commitment in the D zone's been solid here by the Thunderhawks. Now it's Holt. Tried to force that one through, but blocked off the stick of Morquay. Murphy. They'll play this one back to center. It's like Stansberry knew it was coming. Backed right into that thing. Now Holt at center, right at the center red line, plays this one deep. Back behind the net. Peart and Pergandy work it. To the right point, shot again. A couple of Langenbrunners have been absolute missiles from the point that have been about shoulder high.
Yeah.
How'd you like to be the screen man in front, taking that right off the Adams
Or
apple?
the defender that's responsibility is to get in front of it, too. Take some guts.
Oh, nice little how's she going there by Peart. Lost the handle, though. Now it's Brodzinski. Back in behind the net. They'll cut that one off. Sent to the corner by Bonner, back in behind. 7:18 to go in the period. At the line, held on to there by Young. He's content to play it back into the corner. Langfels is there. Outlets for Luloff, takes it on the move. Here comes Luloff as he accelerates. Young watches him. Ooh, stick got up on him. That didn't feel good. They score!
Oh, insult to injury.
Oh, goodness gracious. Stick gets up underneath the face mask of Young right there. They let that one go, and if I'm Wade Chido, I'm saying, hey, man, what's up with that?
Well, and he had good positioning. He tried to put the puck by him and then dance a little bit, but then they engaged, and the stick came up right under the mask and Coach Chido is actually looking for some qualifications on that.
I would too. I'm sure he's bleeding right now. He's like, how did that happen? It just happened?
And both of them missed it too, and they were in pretty good proximity, but it kind of takes a little bit of the air out of the balloon, so to speak, but it's going to count. And I think it was Steves that scored that one. That's going to be his 8th, but it'll be interesting to see how this Thunderhawk team responds after that goal. Roll up your sleeves, get back to work, but it's kind of an unfortunate situation. But they're 2 shots down, 7 minutes to go.
Things happen, right? And it's never the way you want it to work out in that situation. But, a direct result was a stick as he stood his man up that got underneath the face mask there that forced that opportunity, and they end up taking advantage. You can't give Steves that kind of room, but, when you're shaking it off, it's difficult.
But it was a pretty fabulous shot that Steves put on that, too.
I mean, it's next level. He shoots the puck as well as anybody as I've seen. Middlestat lets that one go wide of the mark, and the carom for Clafton as he hangs on.
I didn't get the assist on it, but it was verified that it was Steves that scored it, and that's his 8th tally. So you're talking about over a goal a game pace. He's maintained that pace, and I'm sure he's looking
50.
to build on that.
He'll score 50.
It could happen.
60 like Steve Shutt.
Oh, man. And I don't think he played for the Kings. He might have played for the Kings.
I swear, I don't know.
He could have.
You never did look it up. It's going to be a theme all weekend until I get my answer. It's good to see the rangy Matt Henches is in the house right now, the former 6'7", 6'8" defenseman for the Edina Hornets. Remember his first game? Didn't he have 2 goals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made an impression on the color commentator.
You ordained him. You anointed him.
Well, it's hard not to. See somebody that can move like that and be
as
athletic as he is.
I think we even brought him into our overtime show.
Indeed, we did. Yeah, we had a couple guys in there for an interview.
Pretty classic. In the studios at the Community Center.
I wish we
That's
had
really
that on
where all
disc.
this stuff started. I think Jeff Bangs has all those on tape. I do. I'm not kidding.
He might. I mean, he still probably has an 8-track player somewhere in the storage.
I will say it's not that he might. He does.
Right. Half the people don't know what an 8-track is, probably.
I know. What is that?
It's not a racetrack, guys.
Across the line, sent in. Langfels shivers Browse enough to keep him from getting to the corner. 5:23 to go. And here comes a foot race. Oh, there they go. Oh, nice job to get the stick there in front. They score! That's Batchelder on the move.
Well, you have to feel bad for the Thunderhawk defenseman. Batchelder's done that to a number of different individuals over the years, but you can only be as fast as you can be, but a good communication amongst your teammates, maybe let them know that it's hot. You got to get rolling, but Batchelder just gathered the puck with speed and just opened up the pillows of Clapton, tucked it in. Very neat and tidy play by the Eden Prairie Eagles. Now 3-0, 5:14 to go, and Eden Prairie certainly has the mojo. Up to Grand Rapids to respond. They need to tickle the twine. They need to get a goal on the board.
Wilson now gives off to Peart. That's his 6th of the season. Now in across the line, Bischoff puts on the brakes, spinorama. Oh, he nearly shoveled that one through to the far side. Now John Middlestat comes away with it. Interesting to see here now as the Thunderhawks take some chances if this thing opens up even a little bit more.
Well, they're gonna have to.
And a big collision off the near side.
Oh, and that's
Miller.
Johnny Middlestat too.
Oh my word, there's a shot and a save.
They need a
Puck's
whistle.
loose, John Middlestat gets up though. Now left wing side it goes, he is shaken up. Del Greco one-timer, that one misses the mark. That big check was thrown by Cody Miller. There's a shot that's in on goal and that's handled.
Well, hopefully that's something John Middlestat can shake off, but Eden Prairie kind of taking some exceptions, and they're going after Del Greco. I don't think he's really the person that, he's fighting back. The sophomore's got a little fight about him, but you don't want things to get too carried away. Just get your emotions in check, guys, but I can sense a little frustration on this Grand Rapids team, especially after the goal, and Del Greco's not backing down at all. Not the most responsible play by the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, but emotion is part of this game, and part of the challenge for high school kids is keeping their emotions in check. But it's going to be Del Greco for sure that's going to go, and we're going to see if there's going to be an Eagle that's going to go as well, and I think there is, and if it is, it's probably going to be Britton.
Well, usually when you have a reaction like that from Del Greco, something happened that fired you up pretty well, and he got jacked up there, and he went after his guy, and this was all a direct result. I think you go back to that goal with the
no question.
shot to the chin there, and if I were the Thunderhawks, I wouldn't be too thrilled about that. But then you come back and you have the big hit on their star and John Middlestat, they're going to say, hey, wait, you're not going to get away with that. And that's a little bit what that after effect was, but it's some residual.
Indeed there is, but I guess the most important part of this is that John Middlestat's going to be okay. It's something that he can shake off and kind of get his wind and join his Eden Prairie Eagles teammates moving forward. But yeah, it just kind of got a little ramped up. But I think you're right. It all originated from that goal by Steves, and then the big check by Middlestat. Things are ramping up. It'll be interesting to see how both teams respond with 4:28 to go. 3-0 game. Sometimes teams can take liberties in the waning moments of a game that might be a little bit out of reach, but we hope that both teams will play very close to the vest and play the game the right way.
4:28, plenty of time to go here.
Absolutely.
Grand Rapids has had themselves some terrific scoring chances.
It is going to be Will Britton, and it's going to be Del Greco. But it looks like Del Greco gets the extra, so double minor roughing high sticking.
Yeah, they didn't like that run across the ice. I think that got him the extra deuce. You got to say.
And that kind of got me a little fired up because he didn't need to do that. There was really no benefit to doing that. And not much is going to come of it, but Henry Sterling's going to serve one of the penalties.
Yeah, you never know if a guy said something that got you fired up too.
I think anybody that's played this game knows the situation.
Usually you got it coming. Like I say, if you're going, you got to get your money's worth.
Right, and I was wondering why everybody kept chasing me around the ice.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is 5-on-4. Eden Prairie with a golden opportunity on the power play to boost their lead. But it's Grand Rapids. They had some opportunities shorthanded. If they can punch one in early, maybe get some energy. They just have to get that zero off the scoreboard, P. Wagner. I think that's the big challenge for the Thunderhawks in this closing 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Being a man down doesn't help that cause at all. But they're giving Coach Wayne Chino a whole bunch of time. I like that, showing them their respect. Might not like what they're saying, but at least they're giving them the time.
Our producer, Matt Harrington, just shouted out Todd Grover as the best cameraman in the business.
He echoed our sentiments.
Fair enough. Steves, Bart knows that angle quite well. And it's usually going high.
Yeah, shallow angles. He can still thread the needle.
I'd like to see him throw a couple wicket shots there and get the tendies thinking. Steves gets into that one, goes high off the glass. Chopped at there by Miskovich. Eagles control with Langenbrunner. He'll look over on the near side, stays with it. Stays on it still, back in behind in front. Nice save, Clafton. The bid there by Brown. Now Brown back in behind for Middlestat. They play this one up to the point. Langenbrunner very slick with the puck. Middlestat, the big bomb, the big save by Clafton. Middlestat gets it back late, scores! Late into that one. It's 4-0 Eden Prairie.
Well, Luke Middlestat just fed John Middlestat a very nice pass through traffic. It's good to see John Middlestat back out on the ice. Not only that, but sniping the top corner from just on top of the right hash. So holiday season is going to be pretty good for the Middlestats, but that was just a nice sequence. 4-0 is your score, 3:32 left. And that should balance things out to 5-on-5. Now the Thunderhawks just have to try to solve the riddle of beating Axel Rosenlund in the closing 3:32.
This is not a 4-0 hockey game.
No, and it wasn't a 4-0 hockey game really last night as well, but they still looking for that first goal of this tournament, P. Wagner. And for a team that has this offensive skill.
They're going to Toronto right now. I mean, when the door for communication opens up, something's going on down there. Now it's Stansberry back in behind his own net. 3:25 to go in the third. Coming up next on the next player on the same page here, we'll have Edina squaring off with Elk River. From the left point, this is played down the right wing wall. Jorgensen into the corner. Jorgensen again. Now it's going to be Luloff, looks out front. Clafton the save, gets away from Pergandy. As we're 5-on-5 right now, it's Jorgensen again. And they'll play this one back from right to left. Pergandy has stood up on the play. Chopped at. Luloff plays the body there. Looks like someone broke a stick. That's Bonner as he heads to the bench. And back in behind it goes with 2:37 to go. Up to the high right wing side. Browse. That's deflected away. Batchelder plays to the corner. Rung all the way around to the right wing side. Back up to the line. Langfell's shot deflects that off Wyatt Holcomb and off the ceiling.
Well, Pete, I've never been a fan of the backhand pass in your own zone across the ice, and it rolled on him a little bit. Really gave Eden Prairie an opportunity for possession in the zone. So if you're going to send it hard. But those passes where Eden Prairie could skate in and put some pressure on. But Eden Prairie with 3 tallies within about a 3.5 minute span. So starting to flex their offensive muscles late in this third period.
Shot to the slot area. Batchelder turns and shoots. Backdoor. Oh, what a save made by Clafton.
That was really a nice sequence, too, and it's Batchelder looking for the hat trick, but he gave the puck up to Holt. Holt very unselfish, trying to put it on the stick of Riku Brown, but pretty good defense to end that threat. But Eden Prairie, once they get down and tight, they're very unselfish with the puck. I don't think they care who scores it as long as the tally's on the board, but pretty good defense by Grand Rapids to catch up with that play.
Nice crowd assembling here.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the close of this one and the start of the Edina game with Elk River. The Holiday Classic, something special here at Braemar Arena. Back into their own zone, the Eagles go as they regroup. Left wing on the outlet. Stansberry was there. Nice little flipper right into the mush of Shepard there. Jake Casey is out for the Eagles now on the blue line wearing sweater number 20.
Well, head on a swivel, 1:33 left in this third period.
Cam Langfelds now. Look at this, Bart, we're right on time. 8:30 start time, 2 games in a row. I love it.
We're going to start at 8:30, I think.
Very exciting. Brown now. Edina will be the visiting team wearing the green sweaters in this next one.
It's always weird to see him in green here at Braemar Arena. But we'll have to adjust.
It's the NHL, you get used to that.
Yeah.
It took me about 10 years to figure that out. I had to always look at the center of the ice to see who was home.
Yep.
Shot in on goal and handled.
No, they're going to take them both. Only 53.3, and it's the end of the shift, but you just want to finish playing the right way. But the referee, he's got Busby going. I can't believe it's just going to be Busby.
Yeah, he's taking them both.
Okay, I would have to say there's got to be some equity in that one.
Oh, no, he doesn't. He's got one.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that one, but it gives really Grand Rapids an opportunity with 53.3 offensive zone face-off, win the draw, get the puck on goal, and crash the net. But they have to get that 0 off the scoreboard, Pete. I think mentally it would be a nice threshold to get through against the Eden Prairie team. You don't want Axel Rosenlund to lose the result of a really solid effort tonight, but you want Grand Rapids to kind of get off the chide a little bit.
To the right side, that's Del Greco. Peart plays this one over for Braden Holcomb. That chops the boards. Murphy is there, and he's going to swing this one around with 40 to go in the third. Peart now for Del Greco, back for Peart. Gives over to the left side, one-timer. I don't know if Rosenlund got a piece of that or not, but McCray Murphy comes away with it. Now Del Greco, nifty, quick mitts there on Luloff. Peart, the snapper, wanted the blocker pad side, the rebound. Puck trickles back into the neutral zone. Peart now with 14 seconds, quickly ahead to the left wing side. Braden Holcomb across the line. Del Greco to the net. Holds it, shoots. That one high off the glass. Wanted to go to the blocker pad side. He had Del Greco wide open with 1 second. There's a breakaway opportunity. He had a 2-on-0 that was ended by the buzzer. And there they are, the Eden Prairie Eagles winners by a score of 4-0.
Well, it was an impressive showing. It took Eden Prairie a little while to gain some traction, but that's a credit to the Thunderhawks, not a detriment to this Eagles team. But Grand Rapids really put in a good effort. They just had probably 5 or 6 minutes that they'd like to hit the rewind button on, but they can't do that. But it's 4-0 was the final. It was a closer game than 4-0, but I thought the Thunderhawks showed up to play tonight, showed some resolve, showed some resiliency, and good things moving forward. But they just have to get that first goal, and then they might come in bunches. But Eden Prairie, another impressive showing.
Coming up next, it'll be Elk River and Edina from Braemar Arena. That'll be at 8:30. We'll see you all in about 25 minutes. For Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. So long, everybody.